Dear students, today we are going to start 8th chapter of NCERT, that is D and F block elements. To start this chapter, we will be going with D block elements and then we will study about F block elements. Now, first of all, we will discuss the position of D block elements in the periodic table. Before that, as you all know, that the periodic table has been divided into different blocks, that is S, P, D and F. That is S, P, D and F depending on the orbital in which the valence electron is filling. Okay. Now the first two groups, that is this group, first two groups, group 1 and group 2 are S block elements, and then as you have studied in 11th and in your previous chapter, group 13 to group 18 are P block elements. Now the middle portion of the periodic table, that is from group number 3 to 12, group number 3 to 12 are known as D block elements. Okay, I am repeating it. Group number 3 to 12 are known as D block elements. Now these elements are also known as transition elements. These elements are also known as transition elements. One of the reason is that they act as a bridge between S block and P block elements and show a transition of characteristics from S block to P block. That is why these are known as transition elements. Okay, I repeat. Group number 3 to 12 are known as D block elements because in this the D orbitals are progressively filled. So this is the group number. Now when we talk about the period, then the D block starts from period number 4. D block starts from period number 4. Okay. So it includes, see, this is 4th period, 5th period, 6th period and 7th period. Okay. Now the name as it is given in this are 3D series, 4D series, 5D series and 6D series. These names we will be discussing. Okay. Now if we move on to another definition of transition elements, then as it is given in your NCERT, see, according to your NCERT, the definition given is, it is written, strictly speaking, a transition element is defined as the one which has incompletely filled d orbitals in its ground state or in any one of its oxidation state, which means that those elements which have incompletely filled or vacant d orbitals are known as D block elements. So they must have vacant d orbitals either in ground state or any of their higher oxidation states. Okay, oxidation states. This is the condition. If an element fulfills this condition, then it will be regarded as a transition element. Now if we follow this definition, then we come across certain elements which have been placed in the periodic table in the transition elements, but they are not transition elements. So they are known as pseudo transition elements. So they are known as pseudo transition elements. The names of these pseudo transition elements are Zn, Cd and Hg. Zn, Cd and Hg. This is very important question which is asked many times in exams, that why Zn, Cd and Hg are not regarded as transition elements. So to start up your answer, you need to write down this definition first, that they do not fulfill the condition of incomplete d orbitals. Okay, then to understand it more clearly, we write down the configuration. See, I have written, first of all, the ground configuration of Zn is written, Cd is written and Hg is written. Now if you will see 3d10, 4d10 and 4f15, it means the maximum capacity electrons are being filled, or we can say it does not have incomplete d orbitals. Okay, so one condition it is not filling, that in ground state they don't have vacant d orbitals. Now the second condition, if we say they are higher oxidation states like Zn, most common oxidation state is Zn plus 2, for Cd it is Cd2 plus, and you can see Hg plus and Hd2 plus also. The configuration given is 3d10 again, 4d10 again and 4f15 again, because the electron being removed is from 4s, 5s and here first 6s and then again 6s orbitals. So these Zn, Cd and Hg are not filling the condition that is given in the definition. So these are not considered as transition elements, or we can say that these are known as pseudo transition elements. Now if you closely look at the position of d block elements, then you can see that this is our d block element from the periodic table. See, here is Zn, Cd and Hg, which are the last elements of all these periods, which are known as pseudo transition elements. And the question is also clear to you that why they are known so. Okay. Now one more thing, the d block elements have been divided into 4 series. Okay, d block elements have been divided into 4 series. The name given to it is 3d series. The name given is 3d series, 4d series, 5d series and 6d series. Okay, d block elements have been divided into series. Mainly there are 3 series. These 3 series are the main series, 3D, 4D and 5D series, that you have to learn very properly. The first series is this one, which starts from scandium to Zn. Sc, Ti, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc. This series is known as 3D series. Okay, and if you see according to period, then this is 4th period. This is 4th period. Now period is 4th, but the name is given 3D. So you must know that here n minus 1 penultimate shell is being filled. So n is 4. So 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So on this basis, this series, first series is known as 3D series. Okay. So again, to understand it more clearly, first of all, I am going to tell you about the general electronic configuration of d block elements, which is n minus 1, d 1 to 10 and ns 1 to 2. This is the general electronic configuration of d block. Okay. Now see this, n minus 1. You know that n stands for period number. Now if we look at this, the period number for this is 4. Now 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So this is known as 3D series. This first series is known as 3D series. You need to learn the name of this series. So you can get many short forms to learn this or tricks to learn this. You have to learn the names from scandium to zinc. One of the tricks I can tell you, you can remember it as सुनो तुम विवाह कर लो मुझसे फिर कोई नहीं कहेगा जानू. See, it is a bit funny, but if you understand it and learn it, it would be easy for you. You need to learn the names, okay, and then you need to remember the atomic number, that it starts from 21 and ends up till 30. This is the 3D series. Now if you add 18 to 21, what you will get? 39. It means your next series, which is known as 4D series, will start. Now again if you add 18, then what you will get? You will get 57. Okay, 57, and your 5D series will start from here. Now one more thing is there. If you see your this series, 5D series, the first element is La, and from this La, F block elements start, which are placed separately in the periodic table, that we will be discussing later on. Okay, F block elements start from here, which are also known as inner transition elements, that we will be discussing later on. Okay, so there are many characteristics that we have to study, that I will explain in further classes. So till now it was a general introduction of D block elements. Now the question comes, why we have to study D block elements? Okay, so first of all you should know transition metals are found in nature. Rocks and minerals contain transition metals. The color of many gemstones is due to the presence of transition metal ions. Many biomolecules contain transition metals that are involved in functions of these biomolecules. Okay. See, again, transition metals and their compounds have many useful applications. Like 3 I have discussed. Iron is used to make steel and stainless steel. So iron is a transition element. Titanium is used to make lightweight alloys. Titanium is a transition element, and transition metal compounds are used as pigments. The examples you can read it out. Okay, so this was the importance. Why do we study transition elements? Next, shortly I am going to discuss about the atomic number of the first series, which is known as 3D series. 3D series. If I talk particularly about this series, its general electronic configuration can be written as 3D 1 to 10 and 4s2. It can be written as 3D 1 to 10 and 4s2. Now if you see the first element, that is scandium, atomic number is 21. If you write down the electronic configuration according to Aufbau principle, then you know. First we start with 1s2, 2s2, very well you know about it. So this will give us a configuration of argon. The atomic number of argon is 18. So you know that we can write it this way also. We will write argon in square bracket, and then the remaining electrons will be filled this way, 3d1 and 4s2. Similarly, if we write for the next element, titanium, you will come 3d2, it will come 3d2 and 4s2. For vanadium, it will come 3d3, 4s2. Next, if you go on this way, so it will be filled this way. But here there are two elements which are exceptions that you studied in your 11th class also, chromium and copper. The configuration is different from the expected configuration. Here the configuration comes to be 3D5 and 4s1 instead of 3D4 and 4s2, and for copper it comes to be 3D10 and 4s1 instead of 3D9 and 4s2. Okay. So this is due to half-filled and full-filled effect. Stability of compounds having half-filled and full-filled effect. So this was the general electronic configuration of 3D series. You have to learn it very nicely because the questions will be based on this configuration. So that's all for today. I will continue in the next class. Okay. Thank you.